Today I have for you the pre-workout review by MyProtein. MyProtein is a well-established brand and a lot of you will be familiar with the brand, but they have a relatively new pre-workout range that I'm going to take you through today and judge it on the same 4 criteria as I do with all our supplement reviews. We're going to look at the ingredients, the mixability, the taste, and the price. So as with all supplements, nothing matters if the ingredients aren't good. Doesn't matter if it mixes well, doesn't matter if it tastes good, doesn't matter if it's cheap or expensive. If the ingredients aren't there, you're paying for nothing. So let's first run through the pre-workout ingredients. So firstly, we have everything kind of categorized into its own little performance benefits. So you have a nitric oxide ingredient, strength and performance ingredients, focus and energy, and absorption. So with the nitric oxide, we have L-citrulline, 4,000 milligrams. So L-citrulline, I've spoken about in previous videos as well, but just to give you a quick run through. It's a nitric oxide booster. I mean, as it states, nitric oxide has the performance label on there. What that means is it helps dilate blood vessels so you can increase blood flow, delivering more oxygen to the muscles, potentially increasing endurance. We do see endurance performance benefits, but typically we're looking at 6 to 8 grams, not 4 grams that is within this pre-workout. 6 to 8 grams seems to be the sweet spot when we're looking at endurance performance or even performance within the gym. Now, L-citrulline is better ingredient than L-arginine. L-arginine used to be used a lot previously within pre-workouts, maybe over a decade ago now, where, for example, in NO Explode. However, L-arginine is broken down in the gut. It doesn't get broken down, it doesn't get converted into nitric oxide well, versus L-citrulline, which is a precursor to L-arginine, which is broken down in the kidneys to L-arginine and therefore can be converted into nitric oxide. Hence why all the supplement companies now use L-citrulline instead of L-arginine. However, I would class this as underdosed within this pre-workout. We then have betaine anhydrous, 2.5 grams under the strength and performance tab. Now, betaine anhydrous is a relatively newer ingredient pre-workouts. It has some potential to down-regulate the AMPK molecular pathway, which is the endurance adaptation pathway. So you can remain quote-unquote more anabolic by having the mTOR or the muscle building pathway activated longer. That's what I see within the research within this supplement. So having 2.5 grams is enough in there to do that. Then we have creatine, 2 grams. Again, creatine within a pre-workout, I'm not a huge fan of, because usually it means something else has to be taken out or something else has to be underdosed. For example, if they remove creatine and added those 2 grams to the L-citrulline, you would have a better pre-workout already, in my opinion. But creatine, we know creatine does not have an acute performance enhancer, it does not give acute performance benefits. So having it in a pre-workout doesn't make much sense because you need to take it every day to see the benefits. Further, 2 grams is not enough to do that. You need 3 to 5 grams daily to maximally saturate the muscle with creatine. We then have beta-alanine, 2 grams. We're typically looking at 2.4 to around 6.4, I think it is, grams per day to see performance enhancements from beta-alanine. We can see some acute benefits from beta-alanine on higher doses. However, beta-alanine, like creatine, needs to be taken daily, and you need to have an accumulation of it within the body to see endurance performance benefits. Now, you're typically looking at accumulating 179 grams total within 2 to 10 weeks. And how you do that is obviously spacing your doses out every day. So if you're having 6 grams a day, ideally you'd split that up to 2 and 2, because if you take 6 grams at once, you're gonna be itching like a crazy person on meth. So make sure if you are taking beta-alanine, you're splitting those doses up. But 2 grams in here, I don't think it's gonna help you too much. It's gonna make you feel like the pre-workout's working. And that's what a lot of people put a pre-workout down to, is the tingles. And it's more of a, I guess, a placebo effect within that. We then have a focus and energy blend. Now, L-tyrosine, again, 750 milligrams. I've spoken about this in many other pre-workout reviews. L-tyrosine, you need to dose stupid high for it to have any real cognitive benefits. So we just ignore L-tyrosine when it's in supplements like this. Caffeine anhydrous, 150 milligrams. So within all pre-workouts, the #1 ingredient, performance enhancing ingredient, is caffeine. You could take everything else out of a lot of these pre-workouts and you would see the same performance benefits with just the caffeine. So this one has 150 milligrams. I like that. It's moderately dosed. I mean, I've seen pre-workouts now with 300, even 400 milligrams of caffeine in a serving, which is It's ridiculous. You don't need that much caffeine to see performance improvements, and you're just becoming a stim junkie. Like, if you need 400 milligrams of caffeine just to go hit the gym, there's other problems that you have. There's probably sleep, stress, and nutrition that are your issues. So a lower dose pre-workout is a better option than going for these massive 300, 400 milligram caffeine pre-workouts. So I give kudos to MyProtein for that. If you're looking for something that isn't stupidly high stim, this is great. We then have teacrine. The rest of the stuff doesn't really matter too much. So those are the main ingredients within this pre-workout. If we're looking at serving size, 1 scoop, 14.7 grams, so it's basically a 15 gram scoop. Some of the pre-workouts that have big doses of a lot of supplements can go up to about 30 grams a scoop. A lot of them sit around 10 grams if they have less ingredients. 15 grams will give you a lot of the stuff in here. So let's move on to the mixability and the taste. I've got my water here. 1 scoop. And our blender. So as you can see how it's mixed. As usual, there's always some sediment, but it's actually mixed pretty well fully in there, a little bit at the bottom, which is normal. You're just gonna shake it anyway when you drink it. Now regarding taste, this is the blue raspberry flavor. I think they've got a few more, orange and mango, etc. I thought this would be more tart, but it's not. It's actually sweet and doesn't have any of that sour tart taste. So if you're not a fan of the sour and tart taste, then this blue raspberry is actually great for you. So let's cover the price of this pre-workout. Now the time of recording this is around $30 and you get 30 servings. So you're getting $1 a serving, which is actually great for a pre-workout, to be honest. But as with MyProtein, and what I guess they're famous for, is they run stupid big sales very often. And you can pick these up for even cheaper depending on the sale. I just saw one flavor that was $23 for the same pre-workout. And obviously if you subscribe as well, you get a discount there too with free shipping. So bear that in mind, just wait for big sales. They always have 50% plus sales going on and things like that on their different supplements. So check those out and wait for sales before you buy these things at full price. But I want to know down in the comments, have you used MyProtein's pre-workout? Do you like it? What do you think about it? And what other pre-workouts or supplements are you using so I can review them for you?